Hi, it's Burr Stewart, and I was just minding my own business, watching trains in Interbay Yard in Seattle, and I thought I saw a steam engine. Look at that! What? So today I'm going to show you what happened when I went exploring to discover the cause of that smoke. Because obviously it's 2026, not 1956, and I just wasn't expecting to see a plume of smoke coming out of a steam engine at this time of the world. And of course, it isn't a steam engine, but it sure looks like one, doesn't it? These bare tables were going by. That was the only action in Interbay Yard, because the Burlington Northern Santa Fe has decommissioned this yard and they're just using it for storage of equipment that they don't need at the moment. Here it's in April or May, and they don't need all those lumber boxcars at the moment, but once they cut down some more trees in British Columbia, they'll probably put them back in service, would be my guess. So before we go and find out what that is, I thought I would just show you these bare tables a little bit. They have some pretty spectacular graffiti on them, and the signal bridge there is the control point in the middle of the yard. So I went over to the golf course and climbed up on the top of the hill to see if I could look over and see it. And all I could see was these BNSF engines, but it didn't look like the smoke was coming out of where the exhaust pipes are on those engines, so that didn't really solve the riddle. Some nice shots of Boeing aircraft fuselages there, waiting to go to the aircraft factory in Renton, Washington, on a job they call the jet job. And that's a whole nother subject. So then I drove across the bridge and went right to the site. And it turns out what we have here, and you probably suspected this all along, was an engine in need of some maintenance. And it was obviously there's some kind of oil getting onto a manifold, a hot manifold, and creating this light blue smoke. You can see the signal bridge for the control point on the other side of the yard there too pretty well. It was pretty fun just hearing the sound of this engine and meditating on the smoke coming out of it. So I'm just going to let you sit here and look at this for a minute. From what I can tell, this is a General Electric AC44CW. And the one right next to it looks like it's in the same series. Okay, let's pan over and see the Canadian Pacific engine. That's a thing of beauty as well. Doesn't seem to have a smoke problem though. Well, we're still smoking. Now I'll give you a shot on the other direction. You've got some flat cars with aircraft parts. They tend to store these over by the office, maybe so they can keep an eye on them. And like I said, these will be shipped down to the Renton factory, which is about, I don't know, 20 miles south of here and east. This is, again, the Interbay yard in Seattle, Washington. And you can see the ladder in the background there, what used to be a hump yard. It's got some covered hoppers on there and some box cars in storage. Looks like maybe even a rail train, some rail on it. Is that what I'm seeing? Hard to say. Anyway, for those of you interested in airplane moving by rail, there it is. That smoke is really something. Wasn't that amazing how well I could see that from the whole other side of the yard? If you've ever taken a class in mechanical engineering, you know this is what's called turbulent flow, as opposed to laminar flow. In fluid dynamics, those are the main two types of ways that liquid molecules, and gaseous for that matter, can move past each other. There's a close-up of the exhaust stack. We'll go check out the other one too. But it doesn't seem to be making nearly as much smoke. Nice weathering job, though. I think these are pretty old engines by now. I was hoping to get a stronger, darker patch of smoke, so I just held the camera on this for a while, and we can just meditate on this, since it's not something you see every day. So for the final vantage point, I climbed up to the road next to the yard office, and you could still see the smoke coming out, but we'll pan over towards the south and see what else we can see. It looks like those UP engines were hauling a unit grain train, which makes a lot of sense. And you can see there are quite a few fuselages there waiting to be shipped, and some large ships in the Pier 9091 area, as well as some BNSF motive power waiting for its next assignment. So I hope you enjoyed this, and for now, this is Burr Stewart wishing you much fun with trains.